I know it's just a couple months ago that I decided to make a channel update video here. At that time I was talking about updating quarantine and how I'm doing so far and my plans for video content going ahead here, but I figured now that we're approaching the summer here, it's time to do another update video here because there's definitely some other content here that I have been focusing on, and there's other content that I plan to bring here, and given the whole situation with global pandemic with COVID-19 or coronavirus here, it's also going to affect what kind of videos I'm going to make here. And I still plan to obviously continue to keep making sports content here, and what I actually have done and doing the last couple months here is I've just been giving my takes and feelings on how all Major League Sports have been dealing with it and their plans in returning to play here, as there hasn't been any games or major stories to talk about here because everything's kind of been on pause here. But my plan is that assuming that the NHL can get back to playing here, that Season 2 of my Calgary Flames game recaps will get concluded here. I know I made a video since the regular season was officially declared done here. I made a video on that. I'll just say as soon as we know that, because the Calgary Flames will be taking on the Winnipeg Jets in the playing round, as soon as we know it's actually going to happen and the schedule and that and who's going to play in the series here, I'm still in no hurry to make an update or series preview video until it happens. So if that happens, that's coming, but I don't think that's still going to happen for another at least a month or 6 weeks to that. But I'll still continue on game recaps if there's games that actually recap and any major stories here. I mean, if let's say the NHL decides to say it's not deemed safe enough or it's not practical to award a Stanley Cup this year, and the off season begins, well then that's when we can start talking about free agencies, trades, and the draft here, and looking into next season here. And of course I'll make those videos, but there's still a roster freeze right now. The only players that have been signed has been college free agents or any players that we drafted here, which I made a couple of videos on that. But that's when it comes to the Calgary Flames for Calgary Stampeders. We still don't know yet about when it comes to anything about if there's going to be a season yet. I mean, there's still talk on maybe salvaging a season, and the season's not going to start probably, if there is one. I'll put it on there and they'll hold me to it, that will not start until at least Labor Day, and it'll be a salvage season here. I know I made videos talking about the CFL plans here, but there's still uncertainty about that yet and how they're going to execute if any games get planned here, because I don't think I'm going to be going to games at McMahon Stadium this year. If there is games, because I don't think fans will be allowed here, but let's just say if there is any, I'll come back with my Calgary Stampeders this month for Season 3, and I still plan on doing those game day on the go videos that I did plan to do this season, which I decided that before the World Star was going crazy and about to end, who knows, but still plan to do that. And then when it comes to the Hitmen and the Roughnecks here, well, still waiting to hear on if there's going to be games scheduled as per schedule here. I know that the NHL did cancel regular season and playoffs there, and I made videos about that, so I guess we're still defending champions here. And I mean, the WHL canceled the last week of the regular season and no Memorial Cup this year, so Season 3 for those shows will come as they come, assuming we have games here, so that's just the bulk of my content here. And then my other sports content that I still continue on with, which is I did start my Remember the Calgary series, where I talk about Calgary teams from the past here. Well, I'm still hoping to maybe get a video out every week or every other week here, but I'm not quite ready to do my next episode yet here, and I think some of it's going to be sporadic here because throughout the summer here, I don't have any travel plans this year for obvious reasons here, but I do have long weekends booked off where I'm going to take a couple extra days, every long weekend here, so I'll have more time to make content here. So maybe with my Remember the Calgary series here, I'll do there might be a couple of episodes that come closer together as I have time to make it. I mean, I got to make notes and prepare graphics and all that, and what I'm going to talk about and what points I'm going to talk about here, which I put more effort in that, but I did think, it's going to take me over a year to do everything that I did in my plan here, but there's still more videos there coming there, and I'm still possibly thinking about maybe, going through that book, that Countdown to the Stanley Cup book there. That I shared a picture of that on my Instagram. That I'm not too sure how I'm going to do videos on that, but I might, go through that book and share pictures from that in a video series as well here. And I'm still pondering about, talking about maybe some Calgary Flame players that should they be in the Hall of Fame. As pretty soon we're going to find out who's going to be on the 2020 class for the Hockey Hall of Fame here. And as expected, Calgary Flame great Jerome McGinley should be a first ballot slam dunk here, and he'll get inducted in the Hall of Fame here later this year. And if or when that happens, I'll definitely make a video on that, and hopefully maybe a few other Flames down the road here. But that's something I'm still thinking about doing. And then when it comes to my secondary content here, I think given what's been going on here, I've definitely been focusing on making my sports content here. I mean, I definitely still have a list of personal vlogs and attempt at comedy here that I still want to get to, but it hasn't exactly worked out as exactly as planned, where I was going to make videos and then backlog those other secondary content, upload them during the week here. It did start off early in this whole time that I've been at home here, but things have definitely been a lot busier and crazy in my life. That keep in mind that I still make most of my videos on the weekend here, and at very least I make a few videos on the weekend and upload them on the weekend here, so there's still at least going to be something new weekly here. But I still have plans to do those other personal vlogs and attempt at comedy. I know I get a few suggestions here and there, but I just haven't, I only got so much time to make content here. And if you're a content creator, you know exactly what I mean, where you record the video, but then it's editing and rendering it and spraying it out on various social media. And obviously I want to keep growing on this platform, and this is still at this stage a hobby here, not big enough to get monetized and make any money. It'd be nice if I ever get there, but I'll keep doing what I'm doing. And I thank everyone who comments, and that's not a robot, I should say, comments and follow along, that enjoy my content up to this point here. But I'm still planning on doing that here, and maybe with these extra long weekends that I'm going to take throughout the summer here, I'll have time to make some of those videos to eventually release throughout the summer here, because I don't have any travel plans this year, and that's one of the things that I also do put on my channel here, but that's going to be thin in that, very light in that area where I share things, let's say I'm at a sporting event or on the road here. Well, given that sporting events aren't happening yet and fans aren't going to be allowed at it, and I don't have any travel plans here, it's going to be very light on that, but I definitely still plan on that on my channel here. But that's what I like about having a few different other secondary niches on my channel here, that it's all about following along with this Calgary sports fans journey, as I keep saying there. So, the sports content's definitely going to continue. Games and that, well, that's still up in the air, and any major stories here. And, video series, I'm still, I'm going into remember the Calgary series here. And then when it comes to video software, I'm still stuck with using Windows Movie Maker. It's been my go-to video editing software. It's just easy and basic here. But I actually tried to install DaVinci Resolve on my computer, and actually my computer is not powerful enough to use that. So unfortunately, I missed out on that. And times are tough, and that right now don't have the time to get a new computer yet or a new laptop. And I'm still shopping around, and eventually I would like to get one, and would like to get a new computer so that's more powerful, so I can be able to have a better quality program to make things better here. But that's all I got to work with at this point here, and given my style of content anyway, where it's just try to do it one take, in and out. Because if I could potentially put more editing and graphics in it, but then you're only going to see a video once a month. Well, that's not going to work for me here, but hopefully maybe one of these years I'll get a better, newer computer that I can be able to put more advanced video editing software there. And I'm also always looking at programs to go on mobile here, but I just haven't tried that yet, where let's say I take this video and put it on mobile here too, and not too sure how that's going to work. And how long it takes to render. That's where I'm still at the, I still mostly do that on my desktop here. I think any videos that I'll make, if it's on the go, on the road here, I'll edit it with a mobile app. I'm just not too sure how that would work yet, but that's just my update and plans here for the summer here. Is a lot of it's still in flux here, but I do have long weekends where I'm going to take a few extra days off, where I do plan to batch up more videos unless something comes up here. But it's still going to be a lean summer here in Calgary because we've got no Stampede, there are no football games to go to, and also the fact that all events and gatherings are canceled until the end of August here. So I definitely won't be busy doing that on the weekends here this summer here, and I don't have any travel plans here, but videos are still going to come out at least mostly on the weekends and on the weekends weekly, and if I can batch any, then I'll release a few during the week here, or if something comes up during the week. That's pretty much been always the case with my channel anyway here, but I just want to say thanks for all the people that have subscribed and commented up to this point here, and hopefully I'll continue to keep enjoying my content going in the future. So as I want to close it out here, is to say, if you want to follow along with this Calgary sports fans journey, home of the Flames, Hitmen, Roughnecks, and Stampeders here, as I mentioned, I mostly do Calgary sports. Talk sports on my channel. I do also have personal blogs, Attempt to Comedy, and I do share my experiences with them on the road at a sport event here, but hopefully eventually I'll get back to making a few more personal blogs and Attempt to Comedy here. But mostly I've been more focused on the sports content here. But if it all sounds like it'd be interesting to watch, do follow along with this Calgary sports fans journey. You know what you need to do. Just make sure you like subscribe. I also have my other social media links down in the description below there for other ways you can follow me here. So as I want to say, thanks for all the support at this point here. And I'll see you in the next video here, and hopefully still get you excited for any more future content in the future here. And still a few things are in flux at this point here. So thank you.